first rule of driving is to keep your eyes on the road. With touchscreens, you can't. But with buttons and knobs, you can. So for 2026 models at Mercedes, Volkswagen, Audi, Hyundai, Subaru, Mini, Porsche, Ferrari, BMW, Mazda, and even Tesla, it's back to basics. I mean, buttons. Look, with sky-high prices and interest rates, there's a lot to be frustrated about. But at least this year, it won't be the touchscreens. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. What does the future hold for business? Ask 9 experts and you're going to get 10 answers. Bull market, bear market, rates will rise or fall, inflation's up or down. If only there were a crystal ball. Over 43,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 AI cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all into one fluid platform. With a single unified suite, there's one source giving you the visibility and control to make quick decisions. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And when you're closing the books in days and not weeks, you're spending less time looking backwards and more time on what's next. Whether your company earns millions or hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you respond to today's challenges and seize opportunities. Download the CFO's Guide to AI Machine Learning for free at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim. netsuite.com/Kim.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Well, hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talkback here on your Wednesday morning. I'm Al Quartermont, along with Stephen Maxwell. Glad you guys can be with us today. And we're looking forward to a great show. We have a lot coming up today at 7:30. Randy Harris will be here. He is a police juror for District D, and he'll be telling us a little bit about a rally event that's coming up tomorrow called Stop the Violence. We'll find out more about that. 8:05, Greg Walker will be here with us in the studio. It's been a few weeks since we've had Greg on. He couldn't make it last time, so we'll get his perspectives on today's news. And then at 8:30, we'll have Talkback on estate planning. Stephen, you certainly had a busy day yesterday. My goodness.
It's been a crazy couple of days. I was describing this to somebody. It's been almost like a dark cloud across the area, across the nation. And, with everything with the school threats happening in Rapides Parish, just kind of added on to that. But luckily, everyone seems to be okay.
Yeah.
And then, we were addressing the school threat situation. Then that Peabody Montessori situation happened, separate from that.
Mm-hmm.
But shots were fired from a school resource officer. Apparently, a guy was speeding in and out of there and tried to run over the SRO. And we have the full report on our page. But it's been a lot going on. And then this morning, Avoyelles Parish apparently has some social media threats as well.
Jeez.
Some of the schools over there. Schools are open. Sheriff's office says they're investigating. But yeah, it just seems to be kind of the same situation. Hopefully we'll get some more answers on that.
So going back to the Peabody Montessori thing yesterday, do they think that this was related at all to this, just like a kind of more random
thing? It just was bad timing.
I mean, I saw the guy that they arrested. I mean, I don't know if he was on something or, we don't know at this point. Hopefully they'll release more details of why he tried to do what he did, allegedly.
Yes, I'm sure that'll come out. The Grant Parish Sheriff's Office is technically investigating at this point because it involves something with Rapides Parish. That's what they said, which is unusual. I've never seen that before. I'm not saying it's not right, but it's...
Yeah, usually it's state police, right? But
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
But that was interesting. But yeah, basically a man drove into Peabody Montessori, sped past the SRO into the back of the parking lot. Officer tried to stop him. The guy turned around in his vehicle, sped past him, allegedly trying to run him over, and then the officer fired shots at the vehicle. The vehicle fled to his home on 14th Street, or a home. After it had to be over an hour, he peacefully turned himself in.
Yeah. So without incident, which is good. And then a little bit later, you had a news conference, a joint news conference with Sheriff Mark Wood, Alexandria Mayor Jacques Roy, Alexandria Police Chief Chad Gramion, and Rapides Parish Superintendent Jeff Powell. I guess just to try to allay some of the fears that people have been having. It seems like, and I get it, that parents are certainly concerned when you're getting these threats, but I've also seen a lot of parents that are mad that they couldn't keep their kids home and things like that. So is this just a way for them to try to, again, sort of calm down some of those fears?
Yeah, let the press ask questions, allow them to speak their piece, talk about the Peabody incident over the weekend, some of the ones we had this week, doing the right thing. You get out and front face it.
Yeah.
And the guy who was involved with the Peabody Montessori, he faces 4 charges: reckless operation, flight from an officer, attempted first-degree murder of a police officer, and contempt of court.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what his record is, too, if he has one.
We could definitely look into that. 63-year-old Brian Keith LaRoche of Alexandria.
Wow. Yeah, it's been a week. It's only Wednesday.
It's been a lot.
And it's not even really Wednesday half over, so.
I mean, it started off with Oak Hill over a week ago.
Right.
And then we had Peabody over the weekend. We had Pineville, Tioga, Ash, and Peabody Montessori with a separate case.
Right. And now, late yesterday, in Avoyelles Parish, too.
Yes, vague threats to Avoyelles Parish schools.
Yeah.
And I've seen the messages of the threat. I don't share them because I'm trying to keep away the copycats, and I just really don't know if that's it for sure, right?
Yeah.
Same with the Rapides Parish stuff. But we've heard State Representative Mike Johnson say they want stricter rules and punishment, that they're going to look at it possibly in the future with these school threats.
Yeah, I heard him call the show yesterday.
What do you do, though? It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, what some people are trying to do is take some proactive actions. We'll tell you more about this Stop the Rally.
Stop the Violence Rally.
Stop the Violence Rally, which is coming up on Thursday, but there's also another event that is coming up as well. And I think this is him on the phone. Joining us is our other co-host, Nathan Martin, to tell us more about that. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm well. Thank you for letting me call in this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about the event that you're planning.
Yeah, so actually yesterday, someone from a state office contacted me. He asked them to remain anonymous because he did it in his personal capacity, but from Baton Rouge, said that he was aware that I had organized a lot of prayer rallies over the years, National Day of Prayer rally for our police, things like that, and felt like we really needed to have something in the community. And, I'd been thinking about it, but I hate to just initiate on my own. And so his was kind of he came and visited with me in person, and it was kind of the spark that said, okay, yeah, we need to do that. So I spent some time in the afternoon praying. Last night, I sent a text to Jeff Powell and said, hey, would you be opposed if we did this in front of the school board office? We would not impede with any activities. We would stay, out of it. We wouldn't stop anything at all. He said, I think it's a great idea. Mm-hmm. So I just last night started putting together some thoughts, started sending out emails and messages to invite people to a day of fasting and prayer, primarily focused on our schools. But also, we want to pray for our law enforcement officers who are dealing with this. We want to pray for our government officials who are having to make decisions, for the parents and the students and the teachers and the staff, all those who have all of the, the chaos that goes with it, the disruption, the fear. And I just feel like in response to this invitation to do this, it would be good if people could just gather together to pray. For about 30 years, I've been organizing a National Day of Prayer event for Pineville on City Hall steps at noon. And it's kind of an informal half an hour gathering where different ones pray, and then we typically, we sing and close. And so this is not going to be really drawn out. I'm not going to have platforms and musical equipment and bands, and it's just going to be prayer. And I also want to encourage people, if they feel inclined, to join in fasting. They could fast, the typical 24 hours that some do. They could fast morning and noon. They could fast just noon if they chose to. It was really interesting to me that tonight at sunset begins the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement. And that has significance for us as believers who believe that Jesus is our ultimate atonement. But it's a day of reflection, of repentance, of introspection, a day of really seeking the Lord in the Jewish tradition. It's a day of fasting. So the fact that falls starting at dark tonight and goes through tomorrow is just an opportunity to invite people to come together. I'm getting great response to the emails I sent out in the Facebook group that I posted. So I think we'll have a nice little crowd of people. And just encourage people, even if you can't be with us there, I understand noon on a weekday may not be the easiest place to get to, but I think it would send a good message to our students, to our teachers, to the community that we're not going to let this divide us.
Yeah, it's a great event, and I'll definitely be there. It looks like you got some good reaction on our Facebook post, too. So,
yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, Stephen, and KLB has shared it. And, people are seeing, it's one of those things where people want to do something, right? And I know there's a cynical side that says, enough of thoughts and prayers. But folks of faith know that prayer works, and it does make a difference. And so I pray that this will help lower the temperature. I look forward to hearing what Mr. Harris is going to be organizing. And I think the more things that we can do together, the better off we'll be. But I recognize that, this is, you said it earlier, Stephen, like a darkness. There's a somberness over us. And I pray that this can help lift that.
Oh, yeah.
So the event will be tomorrow at noon. That'll be at the school board offices, 619 6th Street in Alexandria. Anyone and everyone welcome to attend?
Absolutely. It's open to everyone. I've already had quite a few pastors tell me they're going to be there. I will have a few of them that I'll designate to ask to pray for certain things, but there'll be opportunities for others to pray, to lead out in prayer as well. And I would encourage people to join us if they can.
Okay. All right. So again, that's happening tomorrow at noon at the school board office, a time of prayer and reflection for what's been going on recently with our school system. Nathan Martin joining us here on the show. Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. So good to see it's always amazing how out of things that are kind of in the camp of bad always seems to come some things that are good.
Yeah, and I think there'll be a great event. And of course, that's a good way to bring the community together, to help our spirits and, help us find a way forward too. I've had some sound, that's TV talk I had an interview, Al, on my Facebook page with Jack Doggett, local parent.
Yep. I was going to play that.
Okay,
actually.
Cool. Yeah, I think he said some good things.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
So this is Jack Doggett. He owns Salad Station in Alexandria.
Oh, he does.
And I asked kids go to Peabody Montessori. We talked about that, and we talked about just what's been going on in general, and just like that, some of that darkness we've been talking about.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Shouldn't be too far down the page.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got it. Let's listen to some of that. Whoops. Hang on.
Are saying hard lockdown, all the doors are locked, shelter in place type deal. And once again, still, Peabody's still on top of it. They're sending things, the teachers are sending things through Dojo. There's just a ton of information, not a whole lot of answers, more questions just all coming in at the same time as far as what's going on. All while I'm trying to work.
Yeah. I mean, as a parent, what are your thoughts when you hear something like that?
I mean, it can't be, right? It's not right. This can't be happening. These threats for all the schools the last couple of days have just been teenagers doing stupid stuff, and I had some comfort knowing that my fiance was there with my boys, but at the same time, it made it that much worse because, my entire world is in the school. So as a parent, just hold your kids, hold them tight, love them. For the community, I grew up in Alexandria. I was born, raised here, moved away, came back. It's home, You came back, but it's not the home I grew up in, There's a disconnect. There's divisiveness with the community, with the governing body. There's a lot of pointing fingers, a lot of questions being asked, and nobody seems to want to listen for an answer. This is a great city. It's a great town. It can be once again. But we've got to figure out, we got to come together. And I think a lot of it starts at home. It's not anything that the mayor or the police or the school can fix. It's got to start at home and at the dinner table. And, try and bring everybody back together. I wish Alexandria could get back to the town that I grew up in, that I hold so dear to my heart, and that I want to raise my kids in. I'm not running. This is a situation that us as a community, we have to fix together.
All right. So kind of sharing his heart there, and I think his sentiments are probably echoed by a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think we all need to come together as a community. And like you said, it starts at the dinner table, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard, and I'm a new parent, so I don't have all the answers either, but I just think social media, and I hate to be this guy, is becoming a poison for our kids.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen that on a national level.
Mm-hmm.
The things they get exposed to, they're involved in. There's also good things, like having a cell phone to communicate with your parents is a great thing for tracking our kids.
Yeah.
But social media is becoming a problem.
It is. Yep. No question about it. We could talk probably the full hour about that. But
this is coming from a guy who's trying to make a living on social media. I get it. So
yeah, but you're bringing necessary and helpful content.
Exactly.
And as you're saying, there is a lot that's out there. I even saw similar sentiments being echoed by the governor of Utah. He was saying social media is a huge problem.
Yeah, Spencer Cox is saying that right after the Kirk situation.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of answers we still want with the suspect in that, but just for the lack of a better term, radicalized online or whatever it is. And it's just these kids are going to dark places, young adults.
Yep.
And look, I've talked about this before. I've never been radicalized by the internet, but you get on these algorithms and it gets you thinking about the world a certain way, and it just keeps feeding it and feeding it. You have to remember and be mature enough, like, okay, let me settle down. There's other aspects to this. And
well, there was a poll. I don't know if you saw this. And I know we need to take a break, but let me see if I can find this. It was taken by Rutgers University, and it basically talked about justification for murder for people like Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And 31% of all respondents felt that there could be justified times for that, but people left of center, 50%, said that there's justification for the murder of people like Elon and Donald Trump, whereas people right of center said 14%, which still is, it's anything above like 0.1% is disturbing to me. The fact that we have 30% overall, 50% left of center, 14% right of center, like that has got to be directly linked to social media, which just makes people not seem human the way that they're characterized online.
Yeah, we're all dehumanizing each other.
Yeah.
We're all making fun of each other, making each other look like we're each side is evil. And like that's a problem. If that's true, they have a problem. The left definitely has some problems that they have to address. Yeah. And some factions they probably don't need anymore on their side.
All right, well, we'll take a break. Randy Harris joins us next.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Wall Street looks headed for a lower open this morning as the U.S. government shut down for the first time in 7 years. A stopgap funding bill to avoid the closure failed. Investors don't like the uncertainty surrounding a shutdown. It also clouds the outlook for the U.S. economy and threatens to delay key economic reports. That includes Friday's September employment report. Peloton has raised some prices and overhauled its lineup of bikes, treadmills, and rowing machines. Price hikes range from $150 to $700. Subscription fees are also going up. And Nike shares are higher ahead of the opening bell. The company's been realigning its business around specific sports, and it's been rebuilding relationships with retailers, and the turnaround efforts are starting to pay off. CEO Elliott Hill has pushed to reset Nike by clearing out old inventory and reorganizing its corporate structure. And stocks did edge higher in yesterday's trading session, enough for the Dow to close at a new record high. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Good morning. Another beautiful day today as we'll see sunny skies. Still very warm. Afternoon highs near 92. Tonight, clear skies. We'll get down to 67 for the overnight low. Thursday, yet another nice day with partly cloudy skies. A slight chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. We'll see the high temps near 90 degrees. And I got to tell you, this beautiful weather now stays with us through the end of the week. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Well, you're not hearing?
It was an emergency broadcast. Did you hear that?
I did not.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
It was going off for a second.
Really?
It was weird.
Okay.
It was like we were starting, but they didn't keep going.
I think we're on.
Okay,
I believe we're on. And joining us on the show from the Rapides Parish Police Jury District D is Randy Harris. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Good morning, and thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely. We wanted to have you on because you want to promote an upcoming event, which is called Stop the Violence. It's a rally that's happening Thursday.
Yes. For the last, I would say, 10 years, I'm pastor at Church Mount Tryon Baptist Church, and we've had Stop the Violence galas where we invite keynote speakers and we discuss ideas and give back to our community. This year, we're blessed to have Louisiana Treasurer John C. Fleming, Dr. Fleming. He's coming. It's going to be this Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Alexandria Convention Hall.
Okay, and that's downtown. That's where City Hall is. And what time does that start at?
It's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay. And you said you've been doing this for several years now?
Yes. We've had John Bell Edwards. We've had Governor Edwin Edwards twice. We've had various speakers, Gerald Long from the Great Long family. And we've had Democrats and Republicans. And I know there's an intense dialogue now that's created a lot of violent jargon that has led to shootings. But we believe in an open door policy where every idea is heard and respected.
Yeah, and that's one, we definitely need more of that
Absolutely.
these days. So this rally was already set in advance of what we've had take place over the last week or so. So it isn't really connected, but the timing is seemingly perfect.
Well, the time is definitely perfect, and certainly I agree with everybody in Alexandria that we definitely have a systemic problem when it comes to crime within the community. And I know we hear a lot of talk about the numbers are going down, and maybe they are, but the perception, because we hear so much every day, is that crime is rampant and out of control.
So you're in elected office, of course, but you're also a pastor, so you're involved with the community in multiple ways. What are some ways that we can try and come together and really fix this? And we've been talking about this for a long time, too.
Well, I think it's twofold, Stephen. When you look at it from a youth perspective, there's not a lot to do in Alexandria for our youth. I'm a graduate of Grambling. I frequent Louisiana Tech a lot. And when you go there, you see this huge park. They got everything from volleyball to baseball to whatever sport, even dirt bike. I mean, they got it all. So kids go there. It's well secured, and we give them something to do. I think the biggest thing is that we don't have a lot to do.
Your church is on 3rd Street, right? Is that considered Lower 3rd, that area?
Third, yes.
Okay, so that's kind of like right in the heart of the area where we do see a lot of crime, and we see so much of it in that age group, young males 15 to 25 with the shootings and all of that. What do you think is the biggest factor that's the age group that seems to be so engaged in all of this?
Well, certainly there's a lack of males in leadership and a lot of home.
Yeah.
And I know people say that's being stereotypical, but it's a fact. There's also a lack of guidance. We need more guidance with young people. We need more community organizations to reach out and engage with them. And also, to be totally frank, we need even the police departments to come into those communities, not just when a tragedy occurs, but to be embedded in the community and engage those stakeholders in that community. And I think it would lead to better outcomes. And it would open the door for dialogue. Therefore, we would prevent, we would be engaging in what a lot of people across the country call preventive policing, not just reactionary policing, where we respond after an incident happens.
Do you feel like that's not happening right now? Is that maybe because the police department is low in numbers in terms of where they could be, that they don't have the time to do that sort of thing?
Well, I think the shortage does, and I'm not throwing stones one way or another at the officers. They do a tremendous job. They make a lot of arrests in the community.
Sure.
But shortages do affect a lot of things. And being able, when you have a tremendous shortage, and one of the officers told me, and I don't know if these numbers are correct, but one of them told me yesterday they're like 50 people down. And if that is correct, and I'm taking his word for it, we have a shortage and you won't have time to do those community engagements. And again, when you have those community engagement, you have community buy-in, you have you have that dialogue already in place before something happens. And therefore, when a kid is talking to one of his friends about, we're going to call Pineville, we're going to call Peabody, we're going to call Ash, we're going to call Oak Hill, and we're going to shut this school down, then we could quickly identify those people before we have to shut down a parade and all of this stuff. And I think right now we engaged in reactionary policing and we're not doing enough on the preventive end.
All right, Randy Harris is our guest here on Talkback. He is a police juror for District D. We need to take a break. We'll come back with more with him, and we can maybe even take some calls here on Talkback.
KSYL. So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
The Rapides Parish Fair is back, and your discount ride tickets will soon be on sale. Starting Thursday morning, October 2nd at 11. Come get them at Cenla Broadcasting on Texas Avenue. Just bring $30, cash, credit, debit card, or Apple Pay to the drive-thru and get a full sheet. 50 tickets for the Mighty Thomas Carnival. That's more than half off the single ticket price. And they'll be on sale till Thursday, October 9th at 5 p.m. Don't miss out. Save big at this year's fair. Just look for the big red and white radio tower on Texas Avenue near Jackson Street.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Until 11/1, select models only.
Nuts.
670 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK back.
Okay, we're back. We continue with Randy Harris, police juror for District D. It is the Stop the Violence rally. It's happening tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, down at Alexandria Convention Hall. And I ran into another pastor who has a church in kind of that section of Alexandria. We were talking Friday. We were pumping gas and just had a great conversation. And he was just telling me a lot of his thoughts on what's going on with the younger people in the community and things like that. And that was he was actually getting ready to have his vehicle in the Peabody Parade the next day. And we know what happened now. It was canceled. The football game was canceled. I just feel sad for the students and everybody that's part of that. But the violence is just a reality every day. How heavy is it for people that live in that section of our town to have to deal with this every day when, you know, a school of threats that we had the last few days now all of a sudden gets the attention, but really this is kind of the reality of what a lot of Alexandria deals with every day almost.
Oh, absolutely. I categorically agree with that assessment. I hear sirens all the time. Whether it's during a church service, whether it's during a choir rehearsal, you hear sirens all the time.
Yeah.
And for the elderly people who are taxpayers and homeowners, they just want to feel safe. They just want a place where when their grandchildren come to visit them, that they don't have to worry about stray bullets. And people who are walking up and down the highways and the byways, if you will, that are arguing or talking to themselves. And there's a very serious mental health crisis. I challenge anybody to just drive down Lower 3rd and you'll see people undressing, urinating, hanging out on corners. And we're tired of it.
Yeah.
It needs to stop. And it has led to a lot of other problems within the community. So certainly, I agree with your assessment. Alexandria has to be cleaned up. It's too many sirens going up and down the highways and the byways. And when you have a shortage of police officers on top of that, they're just reeling. They're going from one call to the next call. And we expected them to be Superman or Superwoman when in fact that they're human and they get tired like everybody else. They get frustrated.
My feeling is it shouldn't have to be this way. I feel like we just tolerate it and accept it. And maybe, and I've said this on the show before, honestly, you know, we hear about, you know, Louisiana has too many people in jail, too many people in prison. I'm not so sure there shouldn't be more. And, you know, there are too many people that get a slap on the wrist or they get in, they get out. And it frustrates police when they're arresting the same people over and over and over again. To me, the people that live in Lower 3rd have just as much a right to be safe and feel safe in their neighborhood as people that live in the nicest districts of Alexandria. And I don't know how that happens if we don't put people in jail who are committing crimes and keep them there.
Well, that's a great point again. Someone called me yesterday, their educator. I won't call their name, but they gave me a package. And what they've been studying was the number of people who get arrested. You start from the incident of the shooting that happened at Super Dax. And what they did was they looked at all the people that were released, who were arrested by APD, and then the ones that were released. And I have it in my car, and I should have brought it up here, but they gave me a package, and they looked at the number of people that was R&R. Everything from domestic violence, everything from criminal burglary, felonies.
Released on their own recognizance.
R&R released on your own recognizance. And a lot of the people down in that area, they're asking the question, why don't these people remain in jail? Now, the flip side of that is some of the people may have minor drug possessions and all of that, and the sheriff and the judges have to make a decision. Do we make the criminal trespasser or the people with a minor drug possession, do we keep them in jail and release the guy that just got in the hood shooting. So they're in the catch-22.
Yeah.
So do we have a shortage? Yes. DC 1, 2, and 3, they almost always stay at capacity. That's why they passed the tax recently to build a juvenile detention center. And they probably going to have to look at building a larger facility because I think DC 1 only holds about 330, 40 people. So that's certainly not enough with the criminal activity that's taking place today. So that's something that we're going to have to definitely look at.
All right, we do have a call coming in. If we could take that. Randy Harris is our guest. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Good morning. I think he was exactly right. We have a problem in Louisiana. Well, actually nationwide. We have done ourselves no favors by closing all these mental hospitals.
Right.
And we're using our jails as mental hospitals, and they're supposed to be for true criminals, not for people who just have mental illness and who may act wonky and do petty things.
Right. Yeah, Sheriff Wood kind of spoke on that a little bit yesterday, too. Is that something that you're seeing as well, Randy?
Oh, absolutely. The sheriff is right on point. He deals with it every day. And certainly, I don't think anybody's in a position to really dispute the data. All you got to do is look at the numbers. As the caller said, it speaks for himself. And not only that, I think he left out what a great call-in, but I think he missed out on another element. And that element was what happened when the police engaged this guy and he has mental illness. It puts him in a position to make a split-second decision where somebody could get shot because they don't understand. And then we have outrage about a shooting. And that happens more so than often. The man that was arrested yesterday, Mr. LaRoche, everybody down on Lower Third knows that he has some issues. And I'll just leave it at that, but for the sake of his own privacy. But everybody knows that he has issues. And what happened yesterday, it was just a matter of time. And there's a lot of people like that, to the caller's point, that are in Alexandria every day walking the streets. And we have no place to put them. And the jail is not a mental health care facility.
Right. Yeah. No, I appreciate your adding it, because that kind of, even just looking at the photo, kind of make you almost think that. And so that's sad to hear. Let's take one more call before we have to let Randy go. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Thank you, sir, for taking my call. You as a minister are trying to reach out to a group, and there's a lot of other voices they're hearing. I delivered into what's called the hood for 32 years, and I spent 7 or 8 years coaching Little League football and baseball down there, and it was majority black kids, but the problem is a very small group of predominantly males. The men and women I knew in those neighborhoods were hardworking Americans who would bring their kids to your church. But what do you do with the people who, young men who are sitting at home watching, playing video games that have a rap theme and listening to rap music that glorify a lifestyle that causes them to lose their lives? And these people are making millions of dollars on it, leading these people. So that's two voices we're hearing, yours and theirs. How do you counter that? And how can we help you counter that message? And I'll hang up. Let's see. Thank you, sir, for taking my call.
Thanks.
Well, it's another great question. I think, first of all, as ministers, we have various associations, and it has to start with African-American ministers. I'm going to meet with some today that are over different associations, and we must engage the stakeholders within our communities, not just to come to church on Sunday, but we need to be engaged with them on crime, the importance of, people don't realize they build prisons based upon the test scores of third graders. Another fact that people don't realize is that 80% of the people in Angola today did not graduate from high school. So there's a direct correlation between people who don't get a good quality education that they're going to end up in prison. They're going to commit a crime at some point. in their lives. And that means that they won't be taxpayers. They'll be a tax burden. They won't be engaged in civil activities within our city. They won't make our city better. They'll become a burden to our city. So we have to fix it on the front end while they're young. I personally have to do a better job of getting into schools, and I'm going to challenge other African-American pastors. And it doesn't matter what color you are. The caller was certainly right. I know when I grew up, it was black and white people that came down in the Caden Village where I grew up and had football and baseball leagues, and they kept a lot of these kids out of trouble. And I think we need to get back to some of that. And certainly we need to get back to God and get them back in the church so they can have the proper values and morals and respect one another.
Well said, Randy. Again, the event, Stop the Violence rally, happening tomorrow, 6 o'clock, down at Alexandria Convention Hall. John Fleming will be the featured speaker. Please come back. I'd love to talk more with you about all this.
All right. And thank you and Stephen for having me on. You guys do a great job of educating the public about things that's going on in the community, and we appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
We'll have you on every other week if you want.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Listen to the all-new Central Louisiana Economic Update with Matt Ritchie every other Tuesday morning on KSYL Talk Radio 970 AM, 104.9 FM, and KSYL.com.
Hey, Rich, come on in. Let's get us some coffee.
What are y'all doing in here?
I've got to go. I've got a customer out of ink. Me too. My customer just noticed that they're down to their last roll of toilet paper. Yeah, y'all go on. I need to work on getting my customer new conference room chairs for their big meeting next week.
At Say's Office Supply, we don't just sell pens and paper. We have solutions. Broken equipment, last-minute supplies, need a better workflow? We got answers, and fast.
Yes, the toner just delivered. Yep, thanks to our delivery team, our little bathroom crisis has been averted. My chairs are on order, and they will deliver on time.
Say's is your local partner for not only office supplies, but janitorials, furniture, copiers, and most of all, workplace solutions. Big box stores sell stuff. Say's solves problems.
So, y'all just don't sell supplies?
No, sir, we have solutions, and we want to.
You got it all at Say's Office Supply.
Great news, everybody. Karen is back at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express, located right there at the intersection of North MacArthur Drive and Bayou Rapides Road. Hungry for breakfast? Karen will hook you up with biscuits, croissants, subs, and all the hot coffee you can handle. Just stop by any weekday morning from 6 a.m. till 9 and get your day started right. It's breakfast just the way you like it. Fresh, hot, and satisfying. Now I'm hungry. At Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express on MacArthur Drive at Bayou Rapides Road.
Deer season is fast approaching, and Verzweifeld Farm in Boyce has just what you need. Stock up on high-quality, locally grown deer corn to attract those trophy bucks. This corn is triple clean, and they sell it in 50-pound bags or by the pallet. They'll load it, too, by appointment only. So give Trevor a call at 318-715-1322 or visit Verzweifeld Farms online. Remember, get your corn at the farm. That's Verzweifeld Farms.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting. AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The federal government officially shut down a minute after midnight. Vice President J.D. Vance has just weighed in on CBS Mornings.
There are critical services that the Democrats have taken hostage because they have a policy disagreement.
Republicans and Democrats are bitterly divided after a GOP-backed spending plan failed to pass in the Senate. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Our guarantee is to the American people that we're going to fight as hard as we can for their health care.
By one estimate, as many as 750,000 federal employees could be furloughed each day of the shutdown, and that will impact millions of Americans.
The TSA is warning of travel delays. Its agents are still working, but without pay. National parks remain partially open, but sites that require staffing, like Smithsonian museums and the Washington Monument, are closed. Food banks should be okay for now. Brian Green is president of the Houston Food Bank.
But if it starts to get to the point later in November when the benefits are also not coming in, where people are not receiving SNAP, et cetera, it will be overwhelming.
Social Security and Medicare payments will still be made. The mail will still be delivered. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
An Iraq War combat vet is weighing in a day after Defense Secretary Hegseth hosted a summit of top military leaders around the world and railed against diversity, women in combat roles, overweight soldiers, and facial hair. Illinois' Democratic Senator Tammy Duckworth.
There already are established standards, and we already have people in jobs, in combat roles, who are already qualified and well-trained.
People in Buxton, North Carolina watched in disbelief as 5 unoccupied homes along the Outer Banks collapsed into the ocean, roughed up by Hurricanes Imelda and Umberto.
I'm shocked. Can't imagine this happens anywhere else. 5 collapses within like 1 hour.
Imelda and Umberto are both spinning right now in the Atlantic around Bermuda. Munich's famous Oktoberfest has closed down for the day. Police called to a burning building north of the city after neighbors reported explosions. These American beer fans were disappointed.
I mean, I'm sad. We had a reservation for a beer tent, and that's gone.
A little upset. We came a long way, and we're only here for 1 day.
German officials say 1 person died in the explosion linked to a possible domestic dispute. They say they found explosive traps at the scene. The nation's largest retailer is falling in line with Health Secretary Kennedy's Make America Healthy Again agenda. Walmart says it'll remove synthetic dyes from all of its store brand foods. It also plans to eliminate 30 other ingredients, from artificial sweeteners to preservatives. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Sean Burns. Governor Landry says the National Guard is needed to help local enforcement combat a rise in crime. But is it really up? Here's Jeff Palermo.
Crime data analyst Jeff Asher says in New Orleans, homicides are down.
New Orleans is set to have the lowest number of murders through September since 1970.
Asher says murders are also down in Shreveport.
A large decline in murder this year, I think down 12%.
He says Louisiana is following a national trend, a reduction in violent crime.
This, at this time, seems like a unfortunate trampling on communities that can be supported in other ways, in my opinion.
I'm Jeff Palermo.
New Orleans police have arrested 2 men in the death of a 33-year-old Chicago woman over the weekend. Jessica Williams was killed in an exchange of gunfire on Bourbon Street. Chief Deputy Superintendent Hans Gonthier expressed his sorrow to Williams' family.
I can't say how sorry we are this happened, especially to someone from out of town who came in to enjoy our city and were faced with this tragic incident.
LRN.
You too could have a beautiful smile in as little as 12 weeks. Exclusive to Today's Dental in Pineville, Virtual Align Clear Aligners, the fastest, most convenient, affordable way to straighten your teeth for people on the go. Plus, they're invisible. No one will know you're doing it. Experience the Virtual Align difference. Call Today's Dental at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. 448-4540.
Good morning. Another beautiful day today as we'll see sunny skies. Still very warm. Afternoon highs near 92. Tonight, clear skies. We get down to 67 for the overnight low. Thursday, yet another nice day with partly cloudy skies. A slight chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. We'll see the high temps near 90 degrees. And I got to tell you, this beautiful weather now stays with us through the end of the week. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Welcome back, everyone, for hour number 2 of Talkback here on KSYL. Al Quartermont, along with Stephen Maxwell. Greg Walker will be joining us in the studio shortly. Let me do this while we have a moment. Today is the start of what Louisiana Christian University calls its Walktober event. It's basically a physical activity challenge where you can track your steps or your minutes of physical activity for the entire month of October. Anyone can participate, and there will be prizes as well. And if you want more information, you can go to the LCU website. They have a QR code that you can sign up for that. They're also having a kickoff event coming up at 5:30 this evening at the Fuller Fitness Trail, as it's called, the Parish Fuller Fitness Trail. That'll be at 5:30. Yoga on the trail. Stephen, I think you should show up and do some yoga.
Oh, I'm not a big yoga guy.
No?
No, I kind of hate it. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't think it's bad or anything. I'm not very flexible.
You're not yogi?
I'm not good at that.
No?
No.
Yeah, I know you're pretty inflexible.
Stuck in my ways, right?
That's right.
There's also, I don't want to give the wrong information, so look it up yourself because I can't find it. But this Friday they're having in Grant Parish.
Mm-hmm.
It's where you run 3.5 miles.
Okay.
Every hour. Last one standing wins.
Wow.
Yeah. B22, I think, is putting it on.
Yeah.
I think it's this Friday.
Okay.
I want to do it. See if I can at least make it 10 hours. I think that'd be cool.
Wow.
But I don't know if Chad will let me take off.
So that would be 30 miles plus miles if you did over 10 hours?
Yeah.
You said 3.5 miles an hour?
It'd be over 10
every
miles.
Hour.
I mean, over 30
How long
miles.
does it take you to run 3.5 miles? Would you say?
Well, I mean, fresh. Like if I was to run a 5K and I wanted to win, I could probably run a 7-minute mile without dying.
Okay.
And I'd be hurting afterwards.
Yeah. So if you were pacing yourself somewhere around 25, 30 minutes.
I would try and run at least a 9-minute mile. So that gives me 27. It'd be like just about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that give me 30 minutes rest to like eat a banana and get some water and keep going. But if I fall to like 10, 11, you're pushing it, your rest isn't going to be very long.
Yeah.
But the guy I talked to who's running it, he told me that they have guys that go for a day. And I can't do that. I don't want to do that. No.
Like over 24 hours?
And the worst part is not like your physical exhaustion, which does get bad.
Yeah.
With these ultras, it's the blisters on your feet, it's the ankle swelling, it's the make sure you bring a change of socks. It's just all your joints start to hurt. And if you watch all these ultra marathons, we're running 50, 75, 100 miles. I mean, these guys are they're destroying their legs, they're destroying their bodies, but it's just all mental endurance at that point. You should watch those documentaries where guys run like 100 miles.
Wow.
It's a different world.
That is insane. I can't relate, really.
Greg, you going to run 100 miles for an ultra marathon?
We got to get him on the mic. So, say that again.
I want to see. I'm not sure I can work it into my marathon schedule.
You're more of like a 26-mile kind of guy.
Yeah, I've been training, and I'm not exactly ready now.
I don't know. If I had to run, I might go 6, 7, but I'm not sure.
No, I thought that was a good conversation with Randy. He had some really good questions.
Very good.
Very good questions.
Good. Yeah, I would love to We could have gone longer for sure, but we had them scheduled for that half hour. But Randy Harris, police juror for District D. They have a Stop the Violence rally coming up tomorrow, and we're talking about just some of the things that are happening in the community right now. Obviously, it's heightened because of the recent school threats, but I made the point that for a lot of people in Alexandria, this is kind of everyday life where shootings are just happening, violence is happening, and it should be as safe on Lower 3rd as it is in the Garden District or whatever the nicer neighborhoods are. I don't even.
Tennyson Oaks would be the nicest, I'm sure, right?
Okay, yeah.
Well, we never can sustain anything. I remember there was a barber out there, was it Riches on MacArthur? But he had started trying to get a group together, and after something like this happened.
You said the bar or barber?
Barber.
Oh, okay.
He was a barber. His shop was in the old car wash out there by
Yeah.
What is it called? The Spicy Crab or something?
Yeah.
Oh, Fiery Crab?
Yeah. And
the Rags to Riches was right there, that
I
bar.
know who you're talking about.
The bar went out of business. I don't know who came first, the barber or the bar.
Oh, okay. But I remember it as the bar.
They could keep the B, but they couldn't.
Yeah.
They had to get rid of all the other letters.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can picture him. His name just isn't hitting me right now, but I know exactly who you're talking about. And he was very outspoken and trying to make a difference, and especially reaching that younger group.
It's just a matter of mentors. If you don't have
it should
good
start
mentors,
with fathers, but that's been an issue.
but we're not going to have that. And so what are we going to do? If we want to do something, people are going to have to get involved.
Yep.
These kids need mentors. They need to be shown the benefits of right from wrong.
Yep.
And then you got to remember peer pressure. When you're young, you're under a lot of peer pressure, and so they all want to. If you're not acting like a gangster or doing something out of line, but now. I mean, it's gotten to where they carry guns and that sort of stuff. Really, always, if you haven't read about it, look it up. Dionne Warwick, she's one that goes out into the black community and she tries to mentor these people and tell them, look, you got a long life and you're getting off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
You have no life unless you straighten up, and that's so true.
Yeah, I didn't realize she did that. That's awesome. She doesn't just walk on by, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Who? Dionne Warwick.
Oh, okay.
She was a singer popular in the 60s and 70s.
Burt Bacharach used to write all of her songs.
What song does she sing?
Walk on by.
Can you give me a little tune there?
Walk on by. I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
Not a good singer.
Sandra said you were a better singer than she is.
Not even close. Burt Bacharach. Did you ever see the spy movie with the guy from SNL? What am I trying to think of?
Spy movie.
The guy
the comedy. Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, you're talking.
That's a no.
Oh my God, Austin Powers?
Yeah, Austin Powers.
Mike Myers?
There's a scene in there when Burt Bacharach's playing the piano and singing. What song was it? I'm trying to remember, but.
Well, something about the way he writes, she's the only one that can sing it because they have an extra beat in there or something. I don't remember. I read an article on it years ago.
Oh, is that true? Okay. I Say a Little Prayer for You. Was that Dionne Warwick?
Yeah.
Walk On By. I'll Never Love This Way Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classics.
What I think in Austin Powers, it was what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing.
I'm putting together a playlist because I've heard several times the president's playlist mentioned. Apparently he has it in his golf cart, and it's a big thing. I want to see what his list is, but
Obama used to release his too.
No.
Well, I'll check that one out after I check out Trump.
I'm pretty sure Trump doesn't have Bad Bunny on his.
Yeah, funny you should mention that. Who the hell is Bad Bunny?
He's very famous for the kids.
With a name like that, I like him already.
He's a nefarious rabbit.
what's he bring the kids for Easter with a name like Bad Bunny?
It's like Bad Santa.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Backrack wrote one of my all-time favorite songs, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
He didn't sing it, though.
No, that was B.J. Thomas sang it.
That's right.
The legendary B.J. Thomas.
It was on Magic, because we have Magic downstairs playing. 100.9, and that song was playing.
That's awesome. All right, we have a call that's on the line, and I don't want to get shade for not going to the calls right away again. So let me take this one. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Who gave you shade?
There was a call yesterday. Go ahead, sir, you're on.
Good morning. I love Dionne Warwick, too. She was a great singer. Yesterday, Pete Hegseth had a talk with all the military people.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have to be, I'm 78 years old, a veteran. The worst person that really affected the military from the congressional side was a lady named Patsy Schroeder. Patsy was a liberal's liberal. She was a very sharp-tongued woman, very, very caustic. But she was a person that really eliminated a lot of the standards in the military so that more women could be included in combat roles. And it's never paid off. But Patsy Schroeder was the person. Just wanted to share that. Look it up, Patsy Schroeder. She was also involved with Clinton in his Family Leave Act in 1993. So have a great day, guys.
All right, thank you.
Well, what's y'all's opinion on that get-together? I think there's more to it than meets the eye to get all those big wigs here. I just can't imagine that they got them together for this pep talk and tell them the way things are changing. I think there's something going on behind the scenes, but because that's a lot of 800 top brass, all assembled. That's a big deal.
There were kind of two main messages I heard from the clips that I saw. One was the end of wokeness in the military. They're putting an end to all that stuff so that they can be fully prepared. And then the second message was, generals, if you're fat, get in shape or you're gone.
Well, I think that what they saw was this. You better get in shape. You better follow us because we have the power to make all of y'all come in.
Right.
And we'll take whatever steps necessary to eliminate you. That's kind of what I thought the whole thing was about.
Yeah. I mean, and Trump's message seemed to be more of, we're going to start using our military to defend our own country. And we've had a lot of discussions about this. Obviously, we're seeing with the National Guards and stuff, but he used the term, we're being invaded from within.
Yeah.
And so he wants to, in whatever ways didn't specify, use the military to stop that form of invasion, quote unquote.
Yeah, there was some skirmish. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember that when the police surrounded the place and got the perpetrators, they turned out to all be aliens.
Yeah.
That were in there shooting and whatnot.
Well, you heard about the story from Des Moines, Iowa? The superintendent? Did you hear about this?
Oh, yeah. I knew he was a alien.
Illegal alien.
Yeah.
And he got a $300,000 a year job leading a school, the largest school district in Iowa.
Well, look at Dearborn, Michigan. Their police department is all foreign.
Yeah.
Isn't that where they got a GM plant in Dearborn?
They used to. I don't know if they still do.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was prime area back when they built a lot of cars in America.
Yeah.
So, interesting times. All right, we got another call coming in. Let's take that for Greg. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, years ago when I was defending this country, I had a master sergeant that was my chief NCO, and we had to do our annual run. And so I get out and do my annual run. That was in the Air Force, and I don't know, I think he had to do it in 11 minutes. I did it in like 9 or something like that. And the next day, I asked said, Brady, how'd you do in your run the other day? I said, 7.5 minutes. And I was 23 and Brady was pushing 40. And he was kind of chunky. And this was food service. And I said, Brady, how many pounds of coffee did it cost you to get that guy to fib on your run? And he sort of grinned.
But that's the way it works.
Yeah, well, I thought.
How long was the run?
A mile.
I got you.
Well, you know, you're the people that fight with you. Each person. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and so when you go to war, lives depend on you being fit, and so you know there's going to be people that are not fit, but we really need to get our Army up and running. So
as a country, period, not just the military.
Yeah.
Remember what Rush used to always say? The purpose of the military is to kill people and break things. It's not to be an extension of social programs.
Well, you know, it used to be where people would go to toughen up and straighten out.
That's true, yeah.
And then
they have like, what, a 6 to 8 week training program, which would be perfect for me. I would walk out of there a lean, mean fighting machine.
And I'll tell you what else.
Is it not that way now? I'm just curious. I don't know anything about military. Are they not getting trained and disciplined now?
I'm quoting the greatest Army movie ever there.
Still think we have the greatest military, probably. I don't think anybody's going to mess with us.
No, but I think there was a lot of wokeism going on the last few years that made a lot of people get out early or not want to join. Now we're seeing under Hegseth's leadership and President Trump, they're hitting all the recruiting goals again that had really dropped off. And I think a lot of it was young man just didn't want to join something like that.
We've got the equipment and the technology.
Yeah.
But where we let things slide was with the actual men and women that man that stuff.
Right. And I even saw a lot of women on Twitter yesterday that had been in the military sharing stories of their experiences, some in combat, admitting, hey, we're not as capable as the guys in a lot of areas. Not that women shouldn't be in the military serving some function, but as it was kind of relating more directly to combat and those sorts of things, they were pretty honest about it. I appreciate that.
Anybody who doesn't feel this way, ask anybody. You're going to go in for a serious operation.
Yeah.
And you have a choice between someone who is an expert doing this operation or someone who's there because they're disenfranchised and they need help, and which one are you going to operate on you?
Right. That was kind of the point that Charlie Kirk used to make about DEI, and people took it out of context. He was saying, now it makes you look, if there's a black pilot, saying, is he there because he's truly qualified, or is it because of DEI? He said, before I never would have looked at a black pilot and thought he's not qualified, but now because of DEI, you kind of do.
But you know, they always talk about the race card.
Yeah.
And they pull that out. And really, it has nothing to do with competence. I want the best.
Exactly.
I don't care who they are, where they came from.
Yeah.
I've known people that were black and came from very humble backgrounds that excelled in their field.
Dr. Ben Carson.
There you go.
Yep.
And that's who I want taking care of me and my family.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to pull a card. I don't care what card it is. I want the best.
Absolutely.
And we should strive for that.
Yes, sir. Okay, we need to take a break. More coming up with Greg.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
The Rapides Parish Fair is back, and your discount ride tickets will soon be on sale, starting Thursday morning, October 2nd at 11. Come get them at Cenla Broadcasting on Texas Avenue. Just bring $30, cash, credit, debit card, or Apple Pay to the drive-thru and get a full sheet. 50 tickets for the Mighty Thomas Carnival. That's more than half off the single ticket price, and they'll be on sale till Thursday, October 9th at 5 p.m. Don't miss out. Save big at this year's fair. Just look for the big red and white radio tower on Texas Avenue near Jackson Street. Got a big day ahead of you? Then it's best to fuel up with some of Cenla's best at Bricato's restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt-in-your-mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Bricato's Restaurant, 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
Life is good. You're home, relaxing with your family, when all of a sudden, a cockroach runs across your counter. Whew. It's time to call Pest Aid. Pest Aid Company is locally owned and operated and has been keeping Cenla homes and businesses pest-free for decades. So when the pests start running in your home, call Pest Aid Company for a treatment, or they'll sell you what you need to do it yourself. Make life good again with Pest Aid Company. Like them on Facebook.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Talk back. To take part of the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
What do you get when you fall in love? A guy with a pen to thirst your brother. That's what you get for all your trouble. Never fall in love again. Never fall in love again.
I'd rather see her at the halftime of the Super Bowl than Bad Bunny.
I think there's going to be a lot of people going to the bathroom for the Super Bowl halftime show.
Y'all don't be hating on Bad Bunny.
I saw somebody like, they're trying to use an artist to reach people who normally wouldn't watch football. And I'm like, how many people don't watch the Super Bowl? Everybody watches the Super Bowl. That's just not a good argument with me.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go buy us all some bunny ears. And when the Super Bowl gets here, we'll all pay homage to Bad Bunny.
And then we'll
have that Bad Bunny team.
And we'll draw
right
little
here.
sinister mustaches on ourselves.
Yeah.
So, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
It's like when your dog does something wrong. Bad dog.
Well,
I mean, I don't really care who plays in the halftime. I think they try to get Taylor Swift. She wouldn't do it for free. But
Imagine that.
Bad Bunny is literally probably in the world top 5 artists. I don't care about Bad Bunny, but he's a top 5 artist in the world.
Well, is he any good?
If you like Latin music.
Latin music. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I'm okay with Latin music.
Like salsa?
I thought he was some kind of...
Like
Latin pop.
Like Ricky Ricardo?
Latin pop. Play one of his songs. I don't know if it cusses or not.
Fine, you got them all right there.
Yeah, you're playing whoever that is.
Everybody's heard of this Bad Bunny and Bad Mouth.
But isn't most of it like in Spanish, and I wouldn't understand the words anyway?
Yeah, so it wouldn't bother you. You know,
just hum a few bars. You don't have to know the words.
Okay.
Mi Pregunta is one, I think. I have a Venezuelan wife, so we listen to all of them.
Me pregunto to you.
Oh, okay.
Sir.
I don't know if you're gonna play it at your church or something, but
all I know about Bad Bunny is he was in the latest Happy Gilmore, and he was funny. But I thought he was an actor. I didn't know he was a music dude.
Well, I'm beginning to like him more and more. I'm into Bad Bunnies now.
I'll send you one of his CDs or something.
Oh, man, this reminds me of, well, I'm not going to go there.
Reminds you of what?
Bad Bunnies?
Don't go there.
You're right.
In your life.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I grew up near Lake Geneva. Let me just say that. All right, let's.
They had a Playboy Club?
They did.
Apparently.
Yeah, they did.
Did you have a key?
I did not. I was a little young. But my dad had a picture with one of them, so.
Oh, but was it a good bunny or a bad bunny?
She looked pretty good to me. So,
please move on. Do what you were doing.
I was trying to go to this caller. Caller, good morning. You're on Talkback. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Was Greg Walker talking about Andy Grammatella?
Andy Grammatella?
Andy Grammatella. Redbeard?
Redbeard,
yeah. Andy Grammatella.
Yeah.
Were you with us in the camp, YMCA camp over there at Bringhurst? Caller, were you with us? There was a camp over at Bringhurst. It was a YMCA camp, Camp Thunderbird. and they'd have a camp out every so often. And, Andy's daddy was in charge of the civil defense.
Right,
And
civil defense.
he had all...
He was a character, too.
Well, he was a singer. He was a professional singer over in San Francisco. Every once in a while, he'd get popped up at a bar and start singing, "I Left My Heart in San Francisco." But anyway, Andy, we were all one night, he just started going, "Mooly, mooly." And from that day on, and we were probably about 7 years old at the time, every time I'd see him, we'd each say to each other, "Mooly, mooly." But since that, I've thought about it, and he may have been saying "bully, bully," because there was that song by Sam the Pharaohs, Sam the Sham the Pharaohs. And he said "woolly boogie." So now, too bad Andy's not with us. I could get that straightened out with him. But
Andy worked at Rapides Bank.
I didn't know that.
Yep, worked in the bookkeeping department under Doug Vandersite.
Boy, that must have been something.
You about run Doug crazy.
I can imagine that. I can't even picture him in bookkeeping, let alone with having to answer to Doug. Well, those are some good memories.
Yep.
Awesome.
How you been doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, good. You sound good.
Thank you.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Let's take one more before the break. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Just going to double dip this morning regarding your military fitness deal. I believe, I don't know, I'm not sure about the regular Navy personnel, but Air Force is 1.5 miles, Army's 2 miles, and the Marine Corps is 3.
Okay.
So, and my son, who's a former Marine, was the PT honor graduate in his class.
Cool.
Yeah, he did. Let's see if I can remember right. I think it was 100 sit-ups. He did 100 sit-ups, 27 pull-ups, and he ran an 18:25 3 miles, and he had to run 17:59 to max.
Wow.
So he missed it and he said he was running like he had never run before.
Missed it by that much. Steven, could you come close to all that?
I think I could get pretty close.
Yeah.
What was the time?
The run, 3 mile run, 18:25.
And that's after everything else?
That's after you do everything else.
So that's a 6-minute mile right there. That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
No, I probably couldn't. I could probably get 24.
Well, you have to answer to 2 women, so you've got to be on your feet. And,
that's right.
And be alert.
That's right. I got to run back and forth with the toddler and the wife.
Exactly.
Speaking of women, it was interesting. When I was in the Army, I went through fight school. Our class president was a female. She was a ring knocker, West Pointer, with a degree in aeronautical engineering. And she detested women that used their femininity to skate the system. Now, she was not, as they say, a woman in comfortable shoes. She was very much heterosexual, but she would say, I just can't stand the B words. She said that, and she was in excellent shape too.
Bunnies?
And she could fly. I flew with her a couple
bunnies?
times.
No, just kidding.
No, it comes with B-I-T. You know that word.
I know that word. Yeah.
Anyway, she hated it.
It's funny.
She said they disgrace those of us who can. She said I'd rather work with guys.
There you go. Well, hey, all right.
You swing both ways.
Don't get Greg started. You're encouraging him now, and that's not useful. All right, we need to take another break.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Payrolls at U.S. companies unexpectedly dropped in September. Private sector payrolls fell by 32,000 after a revised decline of 3,000 the month before, according to ADP. Our survey of economists called for a gain of 51,000 jobs in September. Walmart plans to remove artificial dyes from its U.S. store brand food products by January 2027. The retail giant says it will also do away with 30 other ingredients, including some artificial sweeteners, fat substitutes, and preservatives. Walmart joins other major consumer companies that have made similar pledges after pressure from the Trump administration. Amazon has launched a new private label food brand called Amazon Grocery. The company says the new line features more than 1,000 items that combine its Amazon Fresh and Happy Potbelly brands into one collection. Shares of grocery competitors fell on the news. And futures point to a lower open for Wall Street with the government shutdown underway. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with the clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The clinic's on North Dalton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Into 11-1, select models only.
Good morning. Another beautiful day today as we'll see sunny skies. Still very warm. Afternoon highs near 92. Tonight, clear skies. We get down to 67 for the overnight low. Thursday, yet another nice day with partly cloudy skies. A slight chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. We'll see the high temps near 90 degrees. And I got to tell you, this beautiful weather now stays with us through the end of the week. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
Ese nene de ti. Trying to cue up this song, but it's not a video.
Mucha novia, hoy tengo a una mañana.
Is this like the live version?
Me la voy a llevar la toa con VIP.
No. It's a video.
Saluden a Cristi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie.
I can see Greg listening to this.
Well, it's got a good rhythm to it, and it's musical.
Would you like to know the words? So this is a song. What did you say? TT me pregunto?
I think so.
Hey, auntie, ask me if I have a lot of girlfriends. Today I have one, tomorrow I'll have another. Hey, but there's no wedding, auntie. Auntie asked me if I have a lot of girlfriends. A lot of girlfriends. Today I have one, tomorrow I'll have another. That's a banger.
Well,
as the kids say.
Well, that's not a rapper. That guy actually's got some music.
Yeah, that's good.
I
think it'll be a good show.
Oh,
I'm sure he will.
I'm changing my opinion as we.
He's not doing shows in America right now because he's worried that if he does a concert in America, ICE will show up and arrest a lot of the listeners. Seriously, he's been sort of not really a Trump fan, I guess you could say.
He didn't say anything about Trump until that rally where they were saying Puerto Rico's bringing us all their trash, and he's Puerto Rican, and he's like, well, that's kind of offensive. So
I got the perfect end to his show at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Get one of those rocket packs.
Yeah.
From Milan, put it on his back, and as ICE rushes the stage, he rockets off.
There you go. But I mean, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. People that are here are not legal aliens.
He's fine.
He's laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, and then he's got a bunch of old white guys talking about him in the middle of Louisiana, so we're getting it done.
Than a European singer coming to the United States or a United States singer going over there.
Yeah.
He's a musician.
Yeah.
It's just whoever helped him pick his name.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I would have liked to see maybe like George Strait before he leaves this world.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be he had this like farewell tour. That'd be awesome. But it's not mainstream enough, I guess, anymore.
Yeah.
So. I'm going to go see Paul McCartney.
Oh, really?
Are you when?
The 29th.
Where at?
Every time. New Orleans.
That's awesome.
Every time he came or went somewhere, I said, that's kind of a bucket list type thing.
Yeah.
What the hell? I ought to go.
Good.
And then I talked myself out of it. So I bit the bullet and bought 2 tickets. And I'm trying to get my son to go with me. He doesn't care for New Orleans. He thinks
What day is the 29th?
it's a Wednesday night.
Oh, really?
But they say he sings 30 songs. Now think about that, nonstop.
Dang.
And there are not many artists that give you that kind of a show these days.
Yeah.
And then he also does an encore.
George Strait's probably my bucket list, and he had his farewell tour. And I should have done it, but it was like $600 for the nosebleed.
All right. If he doesn't go, let me know.
Okay.
No, you can't miss the show Thursday, Al. Sorry, Al can't go.
I
He's got
actually
work to
did
do.
that with WrestleMania when it was down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Really?
I had the only thing I could afford was the nosebleed.
Yeah.
And when I tell you those are bad seats,
Yeah, we were in the nosebleeds too, but it was still fun.
you can't even see
Yeah.
the bottom.
When the Undertaker lost, the crowd just gasped. They couldn't believe it.
My other unrealistic bucket list, if Freddie Mercury came back from the dead,
Oh yeah.
I would
Yeah.
I'd pay a couple $1,000 to see that.
Yeah.
There's an entertainer and one hell of a voice.
Yep.
But there's not many artists that pay a lot of money for.
And you know what? Maybe they are careful on what you find out about him, but he seemed to be an okay guy.
I liked him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
his bandmates and whatnot.
Bohemian Rhapsody, good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate it was, but
Steven enjoyed that movie. I think I saw that with you, if I remember right.
I saw it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I remember you said it was one of your favorite movies after we
The
saw
only
it.
thing I remember
always
is
say
somebody threw a rock and broke the window. You remember that?
Yeah.
Paul McCartney is 83.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Beatles guy.
My
Well-
son-in-law is your friend Mark.
Yeah, he's obsessed.
He saw McCartney in Bossier City a few years ago.
He probably teared up.
I'm sure he did. He's a huge Beatles
You
fan.
know, there's Elvis Presley. There's certain people that have come along, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just because it was me and my generation. But the Beatles, if you think about their short stand together and the songs they came out with.
I know.
And I've always thought that McCartney was the one that really kept them moving, kept them in line, and
the creative force.
My generation really doesn't have like that, in my opinion, huge star like an Elvis, the Beatles, whoever. We just don't have that person that's gonna be like, man, that was it.
Well, I was
Taylor
young.
Swift isn't?
That's a little bit after me, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right.
Taylor Swift would probably be. I don't hate on her. It's just not my cup of tea usually. I saw her live in New Orleans a couple of years ago.
How
My
was she
cousin had an
live?
extra. It was awesome. And I don't care about the music, but it was a fantastic.
The production.
Show. It was really nice. It was unbelievable. So
wow.
My favorite Super Bowl show, what's the one where her blouse absolutely
Janet
automatic?
Jackson.
Yeah. That sticks in my mind. Big Bunny or whatever the hell his
Bad
name
Bunny.
is. Bad Bunny
Yeah.
is going to have to do one hell of a show to outdo what Janet Jackson did.
well, it was Justin Timberlake too, and Justin Timberlake was probably going to be like the biggest one, but he kind of fell off too.
Yeah,
But we just don't have anybody.
Yeah. Well, all right. We need to take a break. More coming up with Craig.
KSYL.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend only at the LaPorte Earls Coliseum. Browse over 40 hot tubs, cold therapy tubs, swim spas, and saunas from major brands at up to 50% off this weekend at the LaPorte Earls Coliseum. Visit spashow.com or call 1-800-SPA-SALE.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
It's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Brian Kelly updates progress during the bye week. Russ Mitchell stops by. We'll get a preview of the Giants. Join us for Wednesday's AFR 3 to 6. Alexandria's 94.7 ESPN.
It's Talkback 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
Two, tres, cuatro.
What a great song.
And that's got to be what Andy was saying in
Yeah.
the middle of the night, screaming out of his head.
No doubt. I remember that song, though, from the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
You know, speaking of Bad Bunny, we had a Bunny club here in Alexandria.
Really?
It was out at the Greenbrier Motel. And it was called the Briar Patch.
The Briar Patch.
And David Sheffield, a local attorney, fixed up. I never knew there was a bar in there, but they fixed it up, and they'd have good bands in there. And the waitresses all were takeoffs on Playboy bunnies. And so for summer, it was the happening spot.
It was hopping.
Hopping, very hoppy over there. You hopped in. And you hopped out.
I love Greg. He's like a living history book here of Central Louisiana. So let's take another call. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Hey, I can remember starting back in the 80s, I used to go to ZZ Top concerts in Lake Charles, Shreveport, Monroe, Lafayette, and I wished for years they would come to Alexandria. I thought, well, they never will. And they did, but 2 weeks before they got here, when Dusty Hill died,
yeah,
and they put some guy in there, their guitar repairman, and with a fake beard, and we still had this mask deal going on. And I wanted to go. I thought, well, it's not Dusty Hill. I could live with somebody else, but then being there with wearing the stupid mask, so I just didn't go. I missed my chance, I guess, but I really want to see ZZ Top in Alexandria.
Right.
But anyway, we'll see. Anyway, I appreciate y'all talking about some good stuff today. So have a good day.
You know what they say?
Bye.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man.
There you go.
That's how I feel about the Eagles, though. It's kind of my favorite group. And actually, I was at the Bossier City show in 2015. Their last stop on that tour, which was the History of the Eagles tour, that was the last performance with Glenn Frey before he died a few months later.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And now, they still perform. They're performing in Vegas quite a bit. And they have Vince Gill as the Glenn Frey singer and also Deacon Frey, his son. But to me, it's not really the Eagles without Glenn Frey. I mean, come on,
that was an all-star cast.
Yeah.
Or Journey with that new guy.
Yeah, the Filipino guy.
Hey.
But he's pretty good.
He's
actually.
good. He's just not
Journey?
Steve Perry.
Right.
They have Journey?
Journey, yeah. They have a new lead.
It's been that way for years.
Well, it's kind of like Styx. They have a different guy who sings the songs that, what's his name, used to sing. But he's actually really good. And they went back more to their rock roots after they got rid of.
That was a fun concert.
Dennis DeYoung. That's what I'm thinking of.
I listen to classic rock at lunch.
Yeah.
And
classic lunch cafe with
the cafe
with Pat Cloud.
And a lot of those songs I've put in my playlist. There really is some good music.
Yeah. Great stuff.
We're gonna put as our answering machine.
Yeah.
We're not going to take it anymore. So when people call in the office to complain anymore and they're put on hold, that's what they're going to hear.
Oh, my
Music
God.
was so much better back then. So much better.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Let's take another call for Greg. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Do you remember Ronnie Cox at the Briar Patch?
Funny you should mention that because I was going to say Procol Harum and Whiter Shade of Pale has that organ in there.
Yeah.
And that always reminds me of Ronnie Cox. Because he played the organ. He played it at the Ramada, which is the guest house, which burned down. He used to play all kinds of places around here. And then he went over to, Natchez and opened up a little bar over there, if I'm not. But yeah, Ronnie, what a great guy and an excellent musician.
Yeah, I think he passed away recently.
Yeah, he did. He did pass away.
Oh, sad to hear that.
Yeah, he put on a good show.
He did that.
All right. Thank you, sir. We'll take our last break and come back with Greg.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Dentures. You can't live with them, and you definitely can't live without them. But what if we told you there's a better way? Today's Dental in Pineville is here to revolutionize your smile. Say goodbye to old-fashioned adhesives and endless appointments. They've made getting implants incredibly simple, low anxiety, and affordable for everyone. Picture this. In-office IV sedation administered by a highly skilled, certified nurse anesthetist, making the procedure low anxiety and stress-free. And the best part? Their multiple finance options make implants truly affordable. Don't wait. If you're ready to replace those old-timey dentures with permanent implants, call Today's Dental on Highway 28 East in Pineville at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility owned by Dr. Jonas Gauthier. That's 448-4540. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Today's Dental, because you deserve the best.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, if that's the case, consider the Walker Law Firm flattered. Hi, I'm Greg Walker. Our free estate planning workshops have been helping people of Central Louisiana for years, and we're honored that other firms are now jumping on the bandwagon. The reason for this is simple. Estate planning and asset protection works. To learn more, join me Wednesday mornings at 8:30 for Talkback on Estate Planning on KSYO Radio 970.
From America's #1 travel radio show, I'm Robert Carey.
And I'm Mary Carey, saying aloha from the Hawaiian island of Maui.
And this is your October 1st RM World Travel Minute, everyone.
Well, here we are back on Maui for our 10th visit to the island, and this is also the 5th consecutive year in a row that we're here for a big Let's Go America Tour week of events and broadcasts.
5 years ago, we made a commitment to bring the program here to help with the recovery from the pandemic. Then 26 months ago, the devastating fires in Lahaina and in the upcountry cemented that decision. Tourism is down in Maui. That clearly has an impact on not just the travel-related businesses, but all areas of life here, since more than 50% of the local economy depends on travel.
If you've been to Maui in the past, about 90% of what you experience still exists, but if you've never been to this beautiful island, we can't urge you enough to come experience it firsthand.
Whether it's a holiday trip, winter getaway, spring or summer travel in 2026 ahead, Maui is a magical place where you'll enjoy memorable travel.
We'll have more tomorrow. Until then, check out our social media posts at RM World Travel on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X.
Have a great day, everyone.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
We ain't gonna take it. Oh, we're not gonna take it anymore.
Thank you for calling. You've reached the Walker Law Group. Please leave your name and number, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
I used to be obsessed with this song as a kid.
Trump can have the YMCA. I'm going with
Well, you were doing the Trump YMCA dance when we were playing.
Well, you could do it to that.
Yeah,
it works great.
It works.
Rhythm.
Speaking of the Walker Law Group, estate planning, we usually talk about that during this half hour, but as usually goes with Greg Walker, we deviate into many other fun topics.
You know, I have a very sad message for people.
A sad message?
Yeah.
Oh, he says it with a smile on his face, too.
Well, we're all holiday babies.
That's
here.
right. Right. I was born on Labor Day. Stephen was born on Thanksgiving, and Greg is born on New Year's Day.
We got a stuffed turkey over here. We have the, what is that, the end of summer?
Yes.
No, he's a communist, pretty much. So.
Yeah. We have a communist and we have a hangover over here.
Well, I shouldn't call you a communist.
Yeah.
Too radical.
Socialist?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When are you moving to New York? I'm going to go up there. You know, for a retired person, this free stuff could be pretty good.
I know.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying.
The trouble is all the millionaires are moving out. Who the hell's going to support us?
Good question. But wait, back to your bad news. What's your bad news?
Well, I always think about what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
That's the bad
Even though
news.
I never talk about it.
Just for the heck of it.
And so I always ask some of the people in the office, you don't want their answers.
Oh, no.
But people just don't realize how important it is to have small things like good powers of attorney.
Yeah.
You cannot walk into a bank with a power of attorney and do anything. They're going to send it to their home office. It's going to be 4 or 5 days. And we're running into this with people who wait to the last minute to go into a nursing home, and we want to get them qualified.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to be absurd. And I'm going to name names. Capital One, if you got a power of attorney, you can't even walk in there and give it to somebody. You have to upload it online.
Wow.
If you need your money right away, because sometimes we have to move money around to get people qualified, you're looking at 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
To get it done. It's what's going on with these big banks nationwide is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
you're not going to take it anymore.
I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm like Howard Beale. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. They need to bring that movie back. You want to see some people riot?
Yeah.
Put that movie on a couple of Saturday nights.
Yeah. Like maybe the Grand can show that, like they always show the older movies.
Yeah. Everybody comes out. You can come out to, I'm not going to take it anymore.
There you go. There you go. No, but I mean, I talk with people regularly, and a lot of them have shared with me stories that they've had with dealing with aging parents or things like that. And it's stunning the level to which people are not prepared. But this is like so many areas of American life. When it comes to finances, people are not taught at any level. You have to kind of find out on your own. And most people think, oh, I'll just Google it and figure it out. No, you're not. And now you have all these ads for different trusts and things online and all of that. But they need to talk to somebody like
phony.
You. Right.
It's
That's what I'm
phony.
saying. Yeah.
And so it's always people finding out about it the hard way.
Yes. Yeah.
And when people come in and I explain, people say, well, we don't have much. We live simply.
Yeah.
And really,
That's not the point.
Huh?
That's not even the point.
They're going to have the biggest problem.
Yeah.
If they can't get to their money,
right.
They don't have it stashed around at places. They have one account, a modest account, and they need their money to pay bills, and it could be weeks before they get it.
Wow.
In fact, if they don't have a good power of attorney, their family may have to go through the court system.
Wow.
And where are they going to get the money for that?
Yeah. And then talk about time, right? How long that would take.
Yeah. I need to do a better job of explaining this to people. I wish I tell them all the time, I wish you could spend a couple of weeks with me and just see what goes on. You're going to be amazed.
Yeah.
And we have the same problems. We call up, we talk to the same idiots that don't know what's going on. I've actually had to get in touch with the corporate counsel of Capital One because their people didn't have any idea of how to deal with a trust, open an account, what happens when somebody dies.
Yeah.
And it was just downright ridiculous.
They haven't been trained, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah.
You think they would have the most highly trained people in their offices? These are Fortune 500 companies. Chase has paralegals in India. That's who goes and reviews all this stuff.
Wow.
It's just what's happened in this country is unbelievable. And I really think I won't be here, but the pendulum is going to swing back.
Yeah.
Because people are going to miss those local merchants,
right?
Those local auto part shops, machine shops. I think back to the 50s and 60s, hardware stores. They really cared about people. They appreciated when you traded with them. And it was good for the economy. These are places where people were employed. Their dollar payment got passed around hundreds of times in this in our economy.
Like Cunningham Hardware on Happy Days.
Yeah.
Hey, before we run out of time here, do you have a session coming up?
I've got one coming up. It's the third Tuesday of October.
Third Tuesday of October. All right, so that will be It'll be 2 weeks from this Tuesday.
We're trying to get Bad Bunny, but look, we can't get a commitment out of him.
That would be fun. All right, well, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
That'll be actually the Wednesday before you have that.
Oh,
so
good.
We'll remind folks.
All right.
All right. Always fun, Greg. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Steven, see you tomorrow.
See you manana.